Luke 4. And YAHUSHA, being full of the Ruach HaKodesh, returned from the Jordan, and was led by the Ruach into the wilderness, being 40 days tempted of the devil. And in those days he did eat nothing, and when they were ended, he afterward hungered. And the devil said unto him, If you be the Son of Elohim, command this stone that it be made bread. And YAHUSHA answered him, saying, It is written, that man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word of YAHUAH. And the devil, taking him up into a high mountain, showed unto him with all the kingdoms of the world in a moment of time. And the devil said unto him, All this power I will give you, and the glory of them, for that is delivered unto me, and to whomsoever I will, I give it. If you therefore will worship me, all shall be yours. And YAHUSHA answered and said unto him, Get thee behind me, Satan, for it is written, You shall worship YAHUAH Elohika, and him only shall you serve. And he brought him to Jerusalem, and set him on a pinnacle of the temple, and said unto him, If you be the Son of Elohim, cast yourself down from hence. For it is written, He shall give his angels charge over you, to guard you. And in their hands they shall bear you up, lest at any time you dash your foot against a stone. And YAHUSHA answering said unto him, It is said, You shall not tempteth YAHUAH Elohika. And when the devil had ended all the temptation, he departed from him for a season. And YAHUSHA returned in the power of the Ruach unto Galilee. And there went out the fame of him through all the region round about. And he taught in their synagogues, being glorified of all. And he came to Nazareth, where he had been brought up. And as his custom was, he went into the synagogue on the Sabbath, and stood up for to read. And there was delivered unto him the Cepher of the prophet Yeshayahu. And when he had opened the Cepher, he found the place where it was written, The Ruach Adonai YAHUAH is upon me, because he has appointed me to preach the Besorah to the poor. He has sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and recovering of sight to the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised, to preach the acceptable year of YAHUAH. And he closed the Cepher, and gave it again to the minister, and sat down. And the eyes of all them that were in the synagogue were fastened on him. And he began to say unto them, This day is this scripture fulfilled in your ears. And all bore him witness, and wondered at the gracious words which proceeded out of his mouth. And they said, Is this not Joseph's son? And he said unto them, Ye will surely say unto me this proverb, Physician, heal thyself. Whatsoever we have heard done in Capernaum, do also here in your country. And he said, Amen, I say unto you, no prophet is accepted in his own country. But I tell you of a truth, many widows were in Yasharel in the days of Eliyahu, when the heavens were shut up 3 years and 6 months, when great famine was throughout all the land. But unto none of them was Eliyahu sent, save unto Zarephath, a city of Zidon, unto a woman that was a widow. And many lepers were in Yasharel in the time of Elisha the prophet, and none of them was cleansed, saving Naaman the Aramean. And all they in the synagogue, when they heard these things, were filled with wrath, and rose up and thrust him out of the city, and led him to the brow of the hill whereon their city was built, that they might cast him down headlong. But he, passing through the midst of them, went his way, and came down to Capernaum, the city of Galilee, and taught them on the Sabbath. And they were astonished at his doctrine, for his word was with power. And in the synagogue there was a man, which had a ruach of an unclean devil, and cried out with a loud voice, saying, Let us alone. What have we to do with you, YAHUSHA of Nazareth? Are you come to destroy us? I know who you are, the Holy One of YAHUAH. And YAHUSHA rebuked him, saying, Hold your peace, and come out of him. And when the devil had thrown him in the midst, he came out of him, and hurt him not. And they were all amazed, and spoke among themselves, saying, What a word is this? For with authority and power he commands the unclean ruach, and they come out. And the fame of him went out into every place of the country round about. And he arose out of the synagogue, and entered into Shimon's house. And Shimon's woman's mother was taken with a great fever. They besought him for her. And he stood over her, and rebuked the fever. And it left her, and immediately she arose, and ministered unto them. Now when the sun was setting, all they that had any sick with divers diseases brought them unto him, and he laid his hands on every one of them, and healed them. And devils also came out of many, crying out and saying, You are Mashiach, the Son of Elohim. And he, rebuking them, suffered them not to speak, for they knew that he was Mashiach. And when it was day, he departed and went into a desert place. And the people sought him, and came unto him, and stayed him, that he should not depart from them. And he said unto them, I must preach the kingdom of YAHUAH to other cities also, for therefore am I sent. And he preached in the synagogues of Galilee.